Let's climb in here. I watered last night, so there's a bit of mud. Just to give you some scale as to how many beans I have this year. Oh, there's still lots on here. Weed. Yeah, I watered probably twice as much as last year. So I think that was a big issue last year. Not enough water. Much better results. Wow. I'm probably going to have to stake this with a third stake because it's going to fall over. It's getting so heavy with tomatoes. Beautiful. This stuff doesn't matter because I'm going to be canning all of these anyway. Delicious. Yeah, this bean trellis is obviously not tall enough. But I planted these a bit later, about 3 weeks later. Lots of flowers. So if we don't get a bunch of frost in the next 3 weeks, I'll have a bunch more beans to can. Looking good, looking good. Extra water. All right, it's early morning, so we're going to cut up ends of these beans that we picked yesterday, thanks to my wife and daughter. I got a pretty big bowl. Gonna cut them up into smaller pieces. Get the ends off first. Then we're going to blanch them in some boiling water for 5 minutes. Stick them in the jars and put them in the canner. We'll get to that next. All right, we have boilage. So I was going to cut these into like smaller chunks. I did a batch like that a few days ago. I'm going to just throw these in long and then kind of stack them in the canning jars later. Let's see how that works. All right. Bring that to a boil. Give it 5 minutes. Once it boils, I'll set the timer. And then we'll put them in the jars. All right, it's been 5 minutes. A good rapid boil. Dump that in there. I got the beans. I'm saving the water. I'm going to use it to can with it, because it's full of good stuff. Plop my lids in here just to get them warm. I'm not sterilizing anything because I'm pressure cooking. That does everything for you. Just make sure everything's clean. Yeah, see, this sucks. When these are long, you almost have to like stack them in one at a time. I don't want to spend 3 hours making it look pretty. I want good beans 6 months from now or a year from now. So I'm going to have a lot of space on the top. So I think I'm going to go ahead and cut these anyway into smaller chunks. I'll top off these guys and then I'll fill the rest of these with pieces. All right, so I chopped these up into 1 and 2 inch pieces-ish. They actually cool off really fast. You could handle them by hand within a minute or two of dumping them on the counter. I'll top these guys off. I want about 1 inch airspace at the top once I add my liquid, which is about where the rings are, which is fine. I've always used that measurement with tomatoes too. All right, this is much easier. Look at this. You dump it in there, done. I like easy. I don't tend to be too lazy, but hey, why do more? All right, there you go. Now let's add the liquid. So this is just the liquid that I used, dumped out. I strained it. You can use just water, it doesn't make any difference. But I figure I already got it and it's good and boiling hot. So I'll get my jars up to a good temperature for sticking it in the canner when I get over to doing this in the motorhome. I don't can in here. The stove isn't produced to do canning on it, so The motorhome has propane stove. I could go in there. I guess I could even use the barbecue. Outside has a propane stove on the side on the old one, so. But yeah, fill it up. Push the beans down a bit so they're not sticking out. All right, then we'll put the lids on. Okay, my seals are good and hot. Everything's clean. Now I'll finger tighten these on. Don't crank these on, you'll be sorry. Just like 3 fingers, snug, done. All right, let's go see if my canner's ready. All right, got the canner set up in the motorhome. There they are. It started to boil. Now I gotta put the lid on and wait for it to get to a rapid steam for 10 minutes, and then I'll start my timer. 15 pounds for 25 minutes from my altitude, and they should be good. All right, this is the fun part after all that work. You can watch some videos, have a coffee. That thing has to blow steam for 10 minutes before I can even put the topper on and get the pressure up. But then it's only 25 minutes till it's done, so that's it. All right, we'll see the end product. All done. Pressure went down, took them out. They're still boiling in there, which is good. All the air will escape. Hopefully the lids will pop and seal, and they're done. You can enjoy them for up to a year or more. Usually gone within 6 months. But yeah, fun project.